Hey everyone, and welcome to the beginning of June. So good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time zone you're in or whatever time you're looking. We are looking at the May stats here for the Halifax real estate market, and we are going to give you all the details so that you know what's coming right up. Hey everyone, it's Richard Payne here from Halifax Homes and Lifestyles at eXp Realty, and we want to make sure that you are on top of everything that is going on here in the Halifax market right now, because we're at the beginning of June, we're looking back at May and earlier to see what's been going on, and it's changed quite a bit. We know that obviously there's been a lot of restrictions with COVID-19 and all the other kind of stuff going on, but the question we're getting asked pretty much constantly is, oh, how is this affecting the real estate market? Are we seeing a big downturn in the prices? Are we seeing everybody not buying anything and nobody's listing properties anymore? So that's what today's video is going to go into. We're going to give you the detail and let you know what's going on. So the first thing I want to let you know is that no, it has not affected house prices. It's not really affected the amount of houses that are going under conditional offers pretty quickly at the moment. And we'll go into the stats so you'll see them. But that's the biggest question, is everyone's like, oh, this is it, like, you know, prices are going down, we must be in a really strong buyer's market, lots of choice, and that is absolutely not the case here in Halifax right now. All of the markets are basically performing incredibly well. We are still, give you the short term, we are still in a very strong seller's market. We have 2.6 months of inventory on the market right now. Last month, April, was 3.4 months. So you can see that we've eaten into that. Now, interestingly enough, when you look at May 19 last year, it was 2.6 months there as well. So that gives you an idea as to how long Halifax has been in this really strong seller's market, because it was around February last year, 19, that it actually all started. And it's just stayed like well underneath the 4-month mark. 5 month is the balance market, but yeah, we've not really gone above 4 for 13, 14 months now. So very strong. So when we look at the actual stats, we sold 426 homes. Now let's compare that to May last year. It was 724 homes. So yes, a few less homes are actually being sold. But the trick is we're not listing that many, so therefore the inventory is still staying low. So for instance, if we were only selling 426 homes, but we were still listing a lot of homes, the inventory would obviously go up, but that's not the case. So that's down 41% in terms of how many houses were sold this year compared to May last year. Now let's look at the average price point, because this is where it gets interesting. $382,184 to give you the exact number. That was the average price of all the houses that sold in May. Now let's compare that to 2019. We are up 13% on that number at the end of 2019, and we are also up 8.5% from May 2019, the month, so comparing month to month, because that was only $352,000. So you can see the average price is pretty high up. Now, there were a few areas that had a lot higher price homes sell. So for instance, we look at Halifax South, there was 3 homes there that sold for over $1.5 million in the south end of Halifax. So, you know, once you start seeing that coming up, then it will definitely push the areas up. What else can we see? Oh, sale to listing price, 99.3%, 98.4% last year. So we're getting so much closer, and that is absolutely being driven by the buyers wanting the houses that are for sale. So what's happening is we're getting a lot more multiple offers on houses. So we're seeing houses come up at $350,000, and within the first day, we're getting 2-3 offers, or even the sellers are doing the smart thing, which is actually hold on for 2 or 3 days to generate the multiple offers and actually go over asking price. And like I keep saying, is I seem to be doing more and more multiple offers with my client who are buyers than we've done in a long time. So it's just a sign of the market that, yeah, there's not that many houses out there for sale, but there is still quite a lot of buyers. So you're going to get that natural increase in price that's actually going to show up as well. So let's have a quick look at some. 309 homes listed was actually how many houses were put on the market in May, versus last year, May 2019, 917 houses. So we are a third in terms of the houses that got listed. Now, Could that be down to the COVID-19 restrictions? Yes, but I also think it's some of the nervousness of sellers where they're kind of looking at saying, well, if I sell my house, I need to make sure I've got a house to go to, and I'm not seeing a lot of houses for sale, funnily enough, so therefore I can't see something that I want to go buy. So naturally they're starting to pull back from the market and actually wait. So there's a few things that are going to happen there. Is we're going to keep driving that inventory level down, and certainly April, May, June tend to be our strong listing area times. So if we're only listing 309 homes in May, then it's going to be really interesting for the rest of the year. So I can't see anything changing. House prices are going to stay pretty strong. I do think that May at 382,000 is a little bit of a blip, because there's only 300 houses sold. So the more houses that get sold over $350,000, the higher the average price will go up. So I'm not too concerned that we are going to see increase in house prices like by 13-14% in the year. I think this month is just a little bit of a blip, and we'll see how that carries on. But the more houses that get listed, then obviously the more the normal house price range will come into effect. So let's have a quick look at the hot markets. So which ones are selling? So number one this month was actually Spryfield. Now 42 homes were sold there, but 30 of those homes were brand new builds in Governor's Brook, which is certainly, the average price point there was $341,000. So you can see that the new builds are really attractive at the price point of anywhere, I think, from about $330,000 to about $360,000. So, those houses are not actually going to get fully occupied until probably September, October, November. But that's what's driving Spryfield to be the number one area. It's not the resale houses, it's all about Governor's Brook. Number two, we go into Upper Tantallon, Timberley, Prospects at Margaret's Bay area. They had 36 homes sold. Average price point there was $385,000, so pretty much the average for the month. And then we go into tied in third place is Bedford and also Lower Sackville. So you can kind of see that there's a fairly standard trend in the most popular areas that are actually selling the number of houses. Now, when we look at Bedford, Bedford's average was 463, so definitely some new houses being sold in there. 3.5 months of inventory. Sackville, $272,000, so that's gone up quite a bit because that's usually down in the 230 range, as well as 2.1 months of inventory on the market. Now let's go to the other end of the scale, like who's some of the highest inventory markets? Well, it's, funnily enough, the area where I live in Fall River, and also Hammonds Plains, Kingswood, and that kind of district as well. With, I say slow market, it's 5.4 months. It's not a huge number. But they are obviously bigger houses. They do have a lot more land around them. And they do take a little bit longer to sell. So when we look at Fall River, 94 days on average, which is probably, looking at the numbers, probably in the top 5-6 areas in terms of how many days on market properties have been there. Kingswood, Hammonds Plains down to 58 days on market, so just under 2 months, so not too bad. So just checking the numbers, see if there's anything I've missed. Average days on market, 53. Last month, 57 this month, so we're still underneath 2 months to actually get the houses sold. And I think that pretty much covers it. So those are the details. If you have any questions at all, then don't hesitate to get hold of us. We'd really like if you like the video, put any comments underneath, hit the subscribe, because we're going to be sending out obviously a lot of videos and you want to get notified when those videos turn up. Up here is a playlist of all of the upcoming videos and the ones that we've just done to be released. So if you want to hit the subscribe button, click on the bell to get notified, and you will get all of the details coming up when they are available.